Hello all, I am Maria and this is my channel, Ali Juno's Crafty Corner. I am doing a stitch with me today. Today is August the 2nd. It is 8:15 in the morning. The stitch with me is only going to be about 30 minutes or so because I got to get ready for work, but I wanted to get one done. We are working on my two dragons. It's a pattern I got off Etsy. This is what it looks like so far. I'm on the second half here. Let me show the full picture. There we go. And now you can see the full picture of it. I'm going to scroll in to where I'm working. And I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit, guys. It seems to have gotten off while I was fiddling with things. Sorry. There we go. Alright, so I finished all the way across the page on this. When I finished this, I was not really doing a particular method, because I was doing like more of a I would say it was more of a cross-country within a page type thing. Make sure I'm in the right spot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yes. Before I forget, if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you very much. I did get a second video in this week. Haha. If you are a new viewer, thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoy my videos. I do cross stitch, I post knitting. I haven't yet, but I'll probably eventually post something crochet. I do a little bit of that every now and then. So if you do like what you're seeing, please hit the like, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, so you can see when I post. I haven't been real consistent here recently, but I'm trying to get better at it. All right. Let's see. I think I've done all the spell. I've gotten out of the habit of it. I used to be real good at it, but all right. So we'll go down 1 and over, 3 over. There we go. I like to park with my full coverage pieces. This is being worked on 22 count 1 over 1 full cross. I do like working on 22 count. Let's see. I use one thread of floss for a full cross. I like the coverage. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin, so it works pretty well for me. I have been out of a cross-stitching mojo for a while. I seem to get it back when I have people that I can go sit and cross-stitch with, because I can go and do like cross-stitch events, and I'll sit there and cross-stitch for hours with no problem. But it's just getting it all set up and picking up in the house during the week. It's just, truthfully, it's just easier to, unfortunately, just pick up my knitting or crochet and just go from there. Because I don't have to set anything up. It's pick up and start. So it's the lazier route of the two. So I tend to pick it up a little more often because I'm just tired and I just want something to do to occupy my mind instead of trying to get set up in a good location. But I have been been working on a little bit throughout the week. I'll depends on how much I get done this month. I'll try to do like a floss tube to update progress on the few things that I have been working on. So I'm gonna do this way. I have decided that I'm going to start doing this one as diagonal squares. So I'm just going to do 10 by 10 squares, so in a diagonal method. That way I can complete the page as I go. So it's like I'll slowly finish the bottom of the page, and then as I get to the end, it'll be completely done, and I won't have to start back at the front. Yeah. I know I'm working very light colors with this pattern, and I apologize, but it's just the colors that I've got. I normally try to find a little more colorful pattern, but this one, I had a Facebook memory pop up, and it popped up when I started this one, and I was like, ooh, I need to do that one. So here it is. I pulled it out. I got 200 stitches on this yesterday. I didn't get any knitting done yesterday, but that's okay. I did read, did start a book and finish a book yesterday. That was fun. I enjoy reading. Sometimes I feel like I lose my entire day to it though, because I'll start the book and it'll get really interesting, and 4 to 6 hours later, I'm finishing the book. I just have nothing to show for the time that I spent reading. I should put an audiobook on and listen to one. iPhones have a way to like read to you. Like you pull up your Kindle service, your Kindle app, and swipe down with 2 fingers on your screen, and it'll pull up a thing to let the phone read to you, read the text to you. Doesn't work for a lot of people because it is a very robotic voice, and there's no inflection, so it's a little different than when you're reading, because I don't know, I might be weird, but when I read, I tend to they have their own voice in my head. So when I'm reading their parts in my head, I'm hearing a voice. Truthfully, when I read, I see like a video in my head. I don't feel like I'm reading. I feel like I'm watching a video. Which I know a lot of people that I've talked to, not quite like that. Oops, sorry. Let me see if I can scroll in a little more. With these being such light colors, maybe it'll help you see them a little better. Sorry for moving the camera around. Oi! Oh, sorry. I don't know what that did. It did wrong. Alright. Hopefully that helps. Alright. But yeah. I was trying to stitch with with the needle without it being threaded. Oops. All right. But it's a little different when I listen to audiobooks and they have their own voice. Because sometimes, especially if it's a book I've read before, because I tend to do that. I tend to get a book. I don't really buy too many audiobooks that I have not personally read before, because I like to re-listen to books, or to read and re-listen books if they're real good. And I like audiobooks because I can have the noise in my ear, but I don't 100% have to pay attention to the story because I know what's going on. So I can easily focus and concentrate on other things. To make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay. But why is that shaking so bad? I don't know. So yeah, my problem with audiobooks sometimes is the fact that sometimes the voices sound wrong in my head and I have to get back, listen to it for a little bit before I get into the story, even though I know the story. Now when it comes to the robotic reading part of it, like when I do through the Kindle app and let it read the Kindle story to me, I'm normally able to put my own voice in. I'm in the wrong spot. There's no way this is the right spot. Too close. I'm gonna try to catch. There we go. Wrong spot. Not here. Should be here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the reading the audiobook or the words. Listening to the robotic voice, I'm actually able to put my own voice into it. So when I when I'm listening to it, it's rerunning through my head, and I'm able to change the voice in my head. It's weird. I don't rightly know how to explain it. But basically, the robotic voice I have less problem with than I do when I listen to audiobooks. But I still definitely like listening to my audiobooks. The biggest problem is when it gets to sad parts or too happy parts. Then I start crying, which really makes it hard to cross stitch when you're crying. When we were in the office, we could have earphones in if we weren't on the phone. And a time or two, I was listening to an audiobook, and it would get to a sad part, and I'd start crying in the middle of the office, and I'd have everybody looking at me like I was crazy. So when I went to the office, I tried to find books that were not too happy and not too sad, or that I had listened to enough that when it got to a sad part, I wouldn't cry. Tighten that up. I like working on a taunt fabric when I'm cross stitching. All right. I will be going to a cross stitch event this weekend, which I'm looking forward to. A couple of my friends one of my friends has been out. She is coming back. She has a YouTube channel, so definitely go check her out if you haven't already. She is 14 count Ada girl. She travels in an RV and will show the L&S shops that she runs across out in her travels. She'll sometimes show, like, I believe I've seen pictures of her travels. So yeah, definitely go check her out. She is 14 count Ada girl. 14 count Ada is the only fabric that she works on. But she does some really beautiful projects. So definitely, I will link her down below as well. But I would definitely say go check her channel out and see all the awesome projects that she works on. But she is actually back in town. So, or back in the area, should I say. So, I get to see her Saturday because we have our monthly cross stitch event, so I'm super excited about that. And then we have I think it's cross stitch day. Where am I? I'm in the wrong spot. Yeah, I just didn't mark that off. I was like, that's marked. That's got a stitch in it, but it's not marked. It just didn't get marked. All right. The fun when you forget to mark something on your pattern. Like, wait, why does this have a mark? I don't know. So yeah, looking forward to I've never been to one of the cross stitch days at this LNS store, but I've heard it's really cool. So the hardest thing is getting there, because my middle daughter works and her hours is 2 to 11 on the weekends. So it's very hard to, and we only have the one car. So it's very hard to get to the cross stitch event, plus make sure she gets to work. But, all right, so I am going to be ending this stitch. So I'm going to show y'all how I do this stitch. Luckily it is with a little bit of a tint of a color. I'm going to scroll in just a bit so you can see more of where I'm working at. Sorry. Just want to make sure I can try to show you. So I'm right here. Oh, so sorry. It seems so blurry to me. Just my eyes. Alright, I think you can see it. If not, I apologize. Alright, so I did my initial cross over. So now I'm doing my final cross. So I'm gonna go up my hole, then I'm gonna go back down. So I created a loop. I'm gonna go up the top hole that I need. I'm gonna go through that loop. And pull it. I'm not pulling hard or taut, I'm just kind of slightly snuggish. And I'm gonna go back down the hole I just came up. Pull that knot I created up underneath. And then I'm gonna come up. I come up on either on a new stitch of the same color, or I come up on the back on the bottom right leg. And then I will go between all the stitches, directly up underneath them into the back through the fabric, which will tack that stitch down, and it should go nowhere. And looks like I took off with my scissors and didn't replace them. So these are not what I normally use for snipping thread, but they'll work. Alrighty. So there is how I end my threads. What it is called a loop finish, one thread loop finish, which you can start your projects, start your threads with the same method as well. Once I finish these strands, I will have to call it quits today, because it will be time to go basically clock in for work. So, yay, work. Let me know if you prefer it this close or further away. Just make a comment in the comments. If anybody has any questions about anything, you can definitely ask them in the comments. Some comments I do not always reply to. I've got some that I never replied to, but we were in the middle of a move and I didn't look at my YouTube, and I just feel weird replying to them now. I don't know, after a certain period of time, it just, I don't know, feels weird to reply to a comment that's old. But I do read the comments. I do appreciate everybody who watches my video and likes my video. I was so surprised I looked at my YouTube channel the other day and saw that I had hit 700 followers. So that was amazing. Truthfully, when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't expect to get very far. I was happy when I hit 50 followers. So, like, I was ecstatic when I hit 100 followers, and it's just been getting, the same over and over again. Like, oh my lord, wow, it's amazing. So I really appreciate every one of you. I'm going to get things situated and set up, and I'm going to try to do a giveaway. That is my goal, but it will be closer to the middle of this month before anything like that will be able to happen. Grab that one there. I know it's in the next box, but there's not anything around here, so I feel like it needs to be grabbed. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to do a giveaway. I have not decided what I'm doing for the giveaway yet. I do have a couple of patterns that I could give away. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll go through my patterns and see which ones I will put in, or which one I will put in. I don't know. I have found out that it takes exactly 2 hours to mow my entire yard. And it only takes 1 tank of gas. So I can start the lawnmower, I can fill the lawnmower up, start the lawnmower, mow the entire yard, and stop the lawnmower, and I'm good to go. Now, I will say there is literally no gas left in the tank when I stop the lawnmower. Like when I put gas in it the next time, I can see no sign of where there was any gas. It just seems like almost dry. It's not, but it's just real low. So if I had to stop the lawnmower and start it back up, it might not start, is my thought. But I will say I am looking forward to when I can get a push mower. Or I have a push mower. I am looking forward to the time when I can get a riding lawnmower instead of having to push mow everything. Because then I'd probably take about 30 minutes to finish my yard. And might even be able to get my weed eating done on that day. All right. Alrighty. So yeah, but basically, really the hardest thing is trying to get the best time to get out and mow. Where I don't overheat, I don't get sunburnt, and I can all get it done in one shot. Because I really do not like stopping without finishing it, because if I don't finish it that day, it doesn't get finished. That day. It doesn't get finished till a few days later. Sorry, I was counting or looking and got confused for a second. And by time I get the parts that Aries. Sorry, cat fight. Sorry about that. By time I get to being able to mow the yard, it's already grown up on the other side, because it's like almost always I mow the yard and I don't get it finished, and the next day it rains, so I can't mow. And then the grass just grows higher. So like when we first moved in, I mowed part of the yard, then I had to wait a few days. But then again, the grass was really grown up then, so mowing, took a bit more time because we were fighting the grow up, of grass. It was like very, very thick and congested. And then I'd stop, and then it'd rain, and then I'd get to the other area and get it finished, and then stop, and well, it's time to mow the other area because it's grown up again. So I'd go get it, and then the other side would be grown up again. Just like, finally had one day where I was able to finish the entire yard. Just like, yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do from now on, because I hate the mismatch levels of the yard. Drives me batty when the grass is not all the same length. The other night, this week, no, I think it was, when was it? I don't remember what day it was. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I was mowing the yard, and I had to wait till almost 8 o'clock at night because it was just too hot to do it any time before that. And it was like, no, it was 7:30 when I went out there. I was mowing my last section at 9:30 at night, and I could barely see the yard. But I was like, I don't want to finish. I don't want to stop until I finish this section, because this, knowing my luck, tomorrow I'd wake up and it's gonna be raining. And I didn't want to take that chance. So it was fun mowing the yard at 9:30 at night. But all good. Alright, so I am doing last stitch that I can do. Still have a few more left on this square, but I will have to set this stand up in my room, my office, and I'll work on getting those finished by the end of the probably see if I can get another 200 stitches into this project today. So I've already got 91, so yay! So, alrighty. So that is the end of me today. I'm moving the camera so everybody can see the final, like where I'm at. So I'm doing the wing and the body of the dragons now, so that's interesting. Alright, so it is now 8:50. I've got about 9 minutes to go get clocked in for work. I hope everybody enjoyed the stitch with me today. I will see about trying to do a few more. And keep them consistent. That is my goal. So we'll see how well the goal continues. But I hope everybody has a great week. And definitely go check out 14 Count Ada Girl. If you haven't already checked her out, she's got a lot of cool projects. All right, so yeah, I'm just rambling. So I'm gonna say bye, everybody. Happy stitching, and I hope everybody has a great week.